How to find meaning when you're too fucking tired, depressed to care about finding meaning. Step 1. Do not watch Netflix. That is an abyss into which all your time will just tumble down like Alice down the rabbit hole, falling forever. Also, it won't make you feel better. And there's no meaning to be found. And emoting on behalf of fictional characters, although it can be cathartic, doesn't actually change the emotional state of your mind in relation to whatever it is that you're actually upset about. So you still don't feel better in the long run. Step 2. Drink lots of wine. Step 3. Go for a walk with music in the sunshine. Even if you're too tired to go for a walk, just promise yourself that you'll just walk to the end of the block, you'll turn around, and you'll come back home. Step 4. Don't try to make motivational videos about how to find meaning when you're too tired to care. I'm so fucking tired. I'm depressed. Also, my eyes are burning from my ring light. Remember that this will pass. It always passes. You are too tired now. You will probably maybe be too tired tomorrow, maybe even the next day, but then eventually on one of these days you'll feel a little bit less tired. You'll just kind of start caring a little bit more. Things will have a little bit more meaning. You just have to wait. Eventually everything makes more sense and there's meaning in the world and you're part of the world and you care and it matters. And then it'll stop making sense and you'll just be caring less and less. Then nothing will really seem to mean anything anymore. And then you'll be too tired to care that nothing seems to mean anything anymore. You just have to wait. And then you just wait through that. You just have to wait. And then that will pass. And then things will just feel meaningful again until they don't. And then they won't. Until they do. And then they will. Until they don't. And then they won't. Until they do. And then they will. Until they don't. And then they won't. But then they will. And then they do. So just wait. You just have to wait. Read a book. Depends. If you're trying to be awake, read a book that is a story. Not a biography, not a nonfiction, not something that you're going to learn something from. Read a story that you can lose yourself in with a main character that you can kind of identify with, follow that character, achieving their goals and getting through obstacles and going on little adventures. And then that will kind of remind you of why there's meaning and why, I don't know, it'll tell your brain to kind of drum up a little bit of energy so that you can have little adventures of your own. And then when you can't sleep, read a book you've already read that's kind of boring but not too boring, because if it's not boring enough, you're just going to end up staying up all night reading. If it's too boring, you're going to put the book down and turn on Netflix. So I feel like we should have a list of books that are not so boring that you'll turn to your laptop, but are not so interesting that you'll be up till 4 a.m. reading them. Let's work on that. Step 5. Get a partner. Lower your fucking standards. They're too high. You're not as good as you think you are. It's just, you kind of have to, these are the people around you because you're wasting your life. You're going on holidays alone, or you're not going on holidays because you don't have someone to go on holidays with. Well, watch movies with you late at night so that you're not Netflixing something you've already seen before, because it's too quiet to fall asleep in the silence of your lonely little home. Good night. Although it can be somewhat catharsis, Am I done yet? I'm depressed, tired.